What's up, everyone? It's day 6 of phase 1 of the Live Hard program. I just finished my 45-minute outdoor workout. I'm used to saying that's my second workout of the day, but technically it's my third workout of the day. I got it done a little bit earlier today. It's only about 1:13 here in North Texas. What's the temperature right now? 30 degrees. It felt fine though. I had way too many layers on. I had 3 layers and I was sweating. So just not windy today. It felt good to be outside. It gets annoying every day looking up and seeing these, those trails. Code name for what it really is because I can't talk about it. But Texas is supposed to be banning them, but they're still out there doing them every day. It gets annoying. But other than that, today's been a good day. I woke up, I did my hydration and Celtic sea salt. First thing in the morning, I do a pinch of the coarse ground light gray Celtic sea salt. I'll just throw it in my mouth and kind of just suck on it and chew it up. And then I'll wash it down with some other water and I'll mix up a bottle of First Form Essential Amino and Branch Chain Amino Acid blend with hydration. I'll drink that while I'm doing my tread climber at my house. I did that for a little over an hour. Whenever I got done with that, I drank a shake, which was Formula 1 First Form Protein. It's a whey protein isolate, very low calorie and very clean. Mixes good, tastes good even in water. I have mint chocolate ice cream or something like that. It's mint, chocolate mint. But yeah, after that, same thing as yesterday. It's getting a little bit easier each day to do the cold showers. I'm not gonna say it's easy at all because it sucks the entire time. I'm pretty much yelling, F you cold water for 5 minutes straight. I try to get to where I'm zoned out, envisioning something, a goal of mine, somewhere I might be going in the future. Like for me, for example, I get to go to First Form headquarters next month and tour it with Andy, work out with Andy. I get to be on the podcast. So that's just what I envision. If you have something in your life that you're envisioning, you can envision how you want to look, some type of goal that you have, whatever it is, just to get your mind out of what you're doing. That's not to replace the 10 minutes of visualization that you're supposed to do as part of phase 1 though. So don't get it mixed up. You don't need to be doing, you can't say you did 3 minutes of visualization while you were in the 5-minute cold shower and then you do 7 minutes later. You need to do 10 minutes dedicated to where you don't think about your phone, you don't look at anything, but you are envisioning what you want out of life, what you're working towards. Because if you don't have a plan or a vision, you're not going to be working towards anything. You're going to be probably falling for things you shouldn't be falling for and consuming things you shouldn't consume. But other than that, my legs and my calves are starting to be very sore just from all the extra walking I'm doing. Yesterday I'm trying to get around 12 to 15,000 steps a day. And that's just part of it. So you just got to power through it. I know whenever I was on day like 50 of 75 hard, I had these cuts where my feet had basically just split from being dry. And they hurt, but you just keep going and they healed. It wasn't something I had to stop for. It wasn't blisters, so to speak. It was just these cuts like in the bottom of my heel and stuff. And you just have to power through it. Taking a break isn't going to make it go away any faster. Put some super glue in it or something, wrap it up, whatever you got to do, and keep working towards what you're supposed to be doing. The diet's still going good. I haven't really had any cravings yet, but it's still only day 6. I was off of a diet restriction for 2 months, so I'm not craving anything that I shouldn't be having yet. But there's days where that happens, and there's going to be times where you're going to have to deal with being around. Like this morning, I walked into the gym, and the guy had donuts, the guy that's running the gym now, and I could just smell the glazed donuts. And for a second, I kind of wanted a donut, but it didn't make me want to go get any donuts. It made me think, he's eating donuts, I'm not eating donuts because I have a goal. Not to say that he doesn't have a goal, but he doesn't have a goal. So just deal with it. Usually those cravings go away within 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then you're not even gonna want it. And the regret you would have if you failed because you had the donut would be, it's just not worth it. So today, I finished my outdoor workout earlier in the day because here in about an hour and a half, I'm driving to work. Yes, work. Yesterday's video, I talked about how I was looking for work and today it called. So we all know who to thank for that. It's not me, it's not the people that called me, it's the person upstairs. You gotta give thanks where it's due, because without him, there's nothing. So you can take that for what it is. You can believe whatever you want, but that's what I believe. And I always show appreciation for that, because it gets to the time, if you look back at all the times where you had difficult times, difficult decisions to make, hard times where you were broke or at the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, how many times of those did you come out of those times? All of them, right? If you're here today watching this, you may be going through something right now, but if you look back on your past, you're undefeated, right? So you gotta show appreciation. That's part of what you envision. That's part of the visualization process. You have to, that's part of the universe and the energy. That's just how it is. And you can word it however you want, but for me, it's God, and Yahweh is really the term. So enough of that. Should be an easy job though. Just gonna be watching a well, making sure the compressors stay running, and it's only about an hour and 30 minutes from my house, so that's nice too. I don't have to go to West Texas or New Mexico. So I'll be going there. I'm not sure how long it is. It may only be a couple of days, mostly just because it's gonna be cold here and stuff starts freezing up and having problems whenever it gets below freezing. So I'll be monitoring a well, basically just watching it, making sure it stays flowing. It's simple. I won't be doing anything else other than, sitting there basically. Hopefully nothing happens and there's no issues. It could be dangerous at any second, but we just hope for the best and do things as they come our way. That's how you have to attack life. Like the bison symbol, that's what it stands for. You attack, you go head first into the storm. You don't run from it and then try to deal with it, dodge it, and deal with it in a ineffective way. You take things head on. So that's how you have to live the rest of your life too. You accept things as they come to you and deal with it the same as you would with anything else. And every time you overcome something else, it gets easier to deal with the next thing, because there's always going to be the next thing. It's not win, 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 win. It's win, win, lose, win, 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 lose, lose. You see people win all the time. You think all they do is win. Well, they have losses, but they don't show them in the same way that you show them. They built themselves up in a way where their losses are maybe a huge loss, but it really only affected them a little bit. And they got through it way faster because of the discipline they developed by overcoming all the tasks in the past. All that discipline and that mental toughness is what gets you through everything. You always hear people talk about how you need to change. You may think to yourself all the time, I need to change, but what are the actual steps on how to change? Well, first, you need to look at yourself, right? You need to list out. You can make an actual list, write these things down. What are you doing to negatively affect your goals and your progress? Whatever that is, eating bad, not exercising, not making the calls, not showing appreciation to your spouse, not being a good parent, whatever that is for you, you need to make a list of those things so that way you know exactly what you need to change. Then you need to figure out where you want to be. You need to see what is your end goal. Where do you, whether it's a certain amount of money you want to make in your business or a business you want to build to even start to build, a relationship that you want to have, if you want to have a family, whatever your goal is, you need to envision that and build backwards from it. What do you need to do to get there, right? You got to find out what are the steps that you need to take, and whether you have to see somebody else's path that they took that you want to be on, and somebody that's where you want to be and mimic what they did. That's one way to do it. But really, even if there's nobody to follow, all you need to do is recognize your faults. What do you need to change? And if that's, like I said, if that's the way you're eating, because having a fit body is directly related to how you feel about yourself. If you look in the mirror and you're 200 pounds overweight and you hate the way you look and you hate the way clothes fit you and you hate the way you feel whenever you have to go in public and all the things that come with whenever you're overweight like that, if that's how you feel, that's most likely how you look, right? So when you're proud of the way you look, you have a lot more confidence because of the things that it took to get you to that point of how looking that way, right? So the best thing you can do is have a plan. That's the best thing. If you have a plan, you know what you're working towards. And the only thing after that you have to do is get started and not quit. You have to work relentlessly towards that goal. It doesn't matter how you felt. If you have a day where you're sad, it doesn't matter. If you have a day that you're happy, great. It still doesn't matter. The price has to be paid every single day. Some days it's way more expensive. Some days it's cheap. But all that matters is that you paid the price every day. That way, each day, whenever you lay it down, you know you are better than you were yesterday. And that's how you change yourself. That's how you get people to follow your lead and see the example that you're setting. Be the role model that you needed in your life whenever you were growing up, or now. You have to be that person. Create that person that you're proud of and give them to everybody else. That's a knockoff of a quote of somebody else's, but it's essentially what you need to be doing. It's not about only you. You have to have a greater purpose, and whether that's, like I said, it could be money, it could be things, it could be your family. The purpose needs to be bigger than you, because then you have more to work towards and something to actually lose if you fail. So you're always going to fail. There's going to be failures, but it's what you learn from it and how you overcome it is how you are, basically what describes you, what defines you. So that's all I got for today. I am going to upload this video. Like I said, I got about an hour, maybe 2 hours till I need to leave. I'll be working overnight, so I got to stay up basically 24 hours, but that's just what it is. That's what I wanted, right? I asked for that yesterday on the video if anybody knew anything, which I didn't expect anybody to, but I also had that. I was also asking more than just people on video. So, and as a matter of fact, the person that called me to go to work wasn't even who I had already called. So it was just something out of the blue that somebody called me. So grateful for that. Doesn't matter that it's going to be difficult staying awake for 24 hours. That's not that difficult. That always happens for me in this job set. Sometimes I'd have to leave right now and drive to New Mexico 6 hours and then work overnight. It's just, you just got to take what you get. That's how this job is for me. It's a contractor in the oil field. It's not always necessarily hard work, but if I'm going to be out there in the cold, monitoring something that's in a dangerous situation, that's just what it is. So I'm built for it. You need to build yourself up to being able to attack things as they come at you in your life. And the best way to do that I know of, is to do the 75 Hard program. And if you don't know all about it, you can learn all about it on episode 208 of the Real AF podcast with Andy Frisella. You can listen to it, pick a diet and a workout to follow, and start tomorrow. Quit wasting your time, because that's all you're doing. We have one life. It runs out fast. And the worst feeling people have at the end of their life is the regret of the time that they didn't spend with their children. So take that for what it is. But I know I take advantage of that, and that's something that I acknowledge and work towards not having that as a regret. So you need to do the same thing. Be a better man, be a better woman, be a better parent, be a better partner, be a better person, and spread it through culture, because it's up to us to change it. So that's all I got for today. I'll be back tomorrow for day 7. Peace.